Well, well, well. GM. G. To the M. Right morning, my friends. DJs, Diamond Hand fam, Forge and Fuel crew, super soldiers, one percenters, pioneers, pivoters, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out, and anyone in between. Welcome back, and welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forge and Fuel, baby. Woo! That's right, my friends. I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Swirl One, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guys, and dive down some motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. Now, my friends, let me be the first to let you know that we got one hell of a show on tap for you here on this wonderful Wednesday morning. If you got a case of the midweek blues, you can pretty much consider them cured if you've tuned in this morning, because episode 667 on this wonderful Wednesday morning, February the 12th, 2025. Holy shit, half of February's already gone. What the hell you been doing? Woo! Has got more inspiration, more motivation, more good vibrations, and more high-level conversation than we're going to know what to do with over the course of the next hour and a hour to hour and a half or so. But try saying that 5 times fast. Before we get into those aforementioned vibes, before we can get on the proverbial show train and get it steaming down towards old Perspective Station, we must humbly ask you to do a few favors for us. If you're tuned in, and maybe you can find it in that big old heart of yours to take a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the Forge Fuel podcast on. If you are watching on the old tube of the U variety, maybe you could think about hitting that old notification bell right down there yonder as well, so you don't miss start of a live show or any additional content dropping here on the channel. And if you're enjoying this morning's program, you might as well hit that like button located down right there too, next to that bell and that share and all that other good buttonology down there. That way you can help the old algo go and flow one time on the old YouTube. Maybe you don't like YouTube. Maybe you enjoy Rumble. Maybe you like the less copyright and, the less, censorship. People being able to say what they want to say. So maybe you're watching over there on the Rumble. And if so, maybe you could smash the subscribe button. Maybe turn on a notification bell. Maybe even crush a like button as well and help that algo get going over there on the Rumble. Well, maybe you don't like either one of those. Maybe you ain't got them downloaded on your phone. Maybe you're not over on the desktop. Maybe you're right there looking and you say, yo, I need a simple app that everybody uses so I can still tune into this show. Well, wouldn't you know? We still take care of you there too. If you're a fan of the X app, you can slide on over to X. Watch us live in prime time. And if you're there right now, maybe you could hit a heart, maybe crush a repost, maybe even hit the shit out of a quote post and let the people know on the X timeline why you've decided to tune in live in prime time to Forge and Fuel this morning. And last but certainly not least, my friends, if you are listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast directory like Apple, Amazon, or maybe even watching too on Spotify, maybe you could take a moment to give us a follow, maybe subscribe, leave us a 5-star rating. What I'm trying to tell you is just take a moment to smash the shit out of whatever buttons you see on your screen, because it only helps us grow and flow on all those platforms as well. No, man. Yeah, buddy. As for all you beautiful human beings tapped into, they locked in live in prime time to Forge and Fuel, episode 667, and have already smashed the shit out of all of those buttons. We can't thank you enough for helping us get going and flowing in the algorithm this morning. But my friends, if you have, maybe you're tuning in and you're saying, whoa. How's that my job? Why do I got to hit those buttons? Well, it's our job to go up here every single morning to give you these vibes, to give you this knowledge, to give you these insights. And as 47 and 45 once said, don't be rude. And also, if this show makes you laugh, it makes you cry, it makes you think, it makes you go, whoa, I never thought of it that way before. Well, maybe you could think about not being a hoe and sharing the show. Tell a friend, be a friend, let somebody know, and we will proceed with this morning's program. Sorry, I started to pull my Michael Jackson. Anticipation makes the heart grow fonder. My friends, you've heard some sounds. You've heard some glass breaking. You've heard some bells. You've heard some various high-level humming beans all around. So that must mean the Mr. Producer of this fine morning program, Derek the Easy Snow, DEEZY, the lightweight slang and iron pumping bowling ball bench pressing is live in the building. What up, my guy? Lightweight, baby! Shout out DEEZY, crushing the game. Had another killer class yesterday, getting his one-on-ones in, getting them booby pumps at the same damn time. If you don't follow Derek Snow on Instaslam, I highly suggest you do. Get you some good workout insights, get you some good tips. And for some reason, he just decides to clip up the show all the time and be putting that shit out from his own profile, even when he doesn't need to, for crying out loud. So you can find all that right there. Shout out to DEEZY, my guy. There's another man here with us. Another man who you will see on your screen. Not that you may not see a surprise appearance from DEEZY at some time. Who's to say who's to know, not me. But you always see this guy on your screen. He's on the opposite side over yonder. And he is a man who always has a plan. Maybe a plan to help you level up. Maybe a plan to help you see greener pastures. Maybe a plan to help you start that business you've been thinking about. Or maybe get your ass whipped into financial shape. Maybe help you with a little bit of credit. Maybe get you back in the right investing circles. I don't know what he's done for you, but he's done quite a few things for me. My friends, the tails to my heads. Because tails never fails. Who's to say? Who's to know? The fire to my ice.
What?
The forge to my proverbial fuel.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the founder of the Grandpa Ape Country Club.
What?
The lead pro on the GACC Greens, if you will.
What?
He is the co-host of this fine morning program.
What?
The co-creator of our annual event, the J&J Weekend Getaway, that we may or may not be currently working on.
What?
He is a professional DJ with a wide-ranging musical catalog. More songs inside that catalog than you know what to do with. It doesn't matter if you were born in the 50s, 60s, 70s, in the thousands, in the 20s. He's got something in there that makes you move and groove, and you'll say, holy shit, even if it was not created by the time you were born or when you were born, or maybe you saw it created. Who's to say, who's to know? Is that a human iPod?
What?
Or maybe, is that a human stereo?
Oh, yeah.
Or is that a human radio? Who's to say, who's to know, whatever generation you fall into. My friends, enough jacking around. Let's welcome in the man, the myth, the legend, the jet plane flying.
What?
McLaren driving.
What?
Rolex rocking.
What?
Jesus piece dangling.
What?
Integra window smashing. Sweet James Jones himself.
What?
President, soon to be, whoa, you just wait and see, of the greater Chicagoland area.
What?
The one and only, with an emphasis on the one.
What?
He's checking in for episode 667, weighing in as the heavy hitter, Mr. Turned Up himself. He's DJ Swirl One. Whoa, great morning, Swirl One. How you doing? Damn, I gotta go get those. Fuck. Those are badass, dude. Those are badass, dude. They make me feel left out. Those are fucking cool, man.
And I'm muted over here.
Cool,
Damn, wait, let me try that again.
Hey, let's be twinsies. Let's be twinsies, dude. Hold on. Wait, we face each other. Wait. Like slow turn. You ready? Right? On count of three. Wait. 3, 2, 1. Oh, fuck. Oh, we're supposed to go the other way.
How do I do it?
You didn't see that?
Great morning, everybody. I came in hot and I was ready to rock and I was on mute and it was, I don't know. Okay. It's been a wild morning. I'm so glad I had a second cup of coffee because when I put my coffee in there, it didn't brew. And I'm sitting there like,
oh, that's rough.
Brew. Oh, brew. That ain't good. And I was like, you know what? Hold on. Let me. And bam, all of a sudden, I got this beautiful cup of Joe right here. Let me tell you, this was not easy this morning. Hey, right here. Hey, where you going with that?
Oh, my bad. I made my coffee.
Good morning, Vietnam.
I made my coffee on the floor this morning, Swirl One. I'll be totally honest with you. My countertops are all fucked up. Everything's a fucking mess. And I plugged my fucking coffee pot into the corner of my little condo. And we just brewed some coffee on the floor this morning. Good thing we got this bad boy or fuck.
I've been there, bro. I've slept on their mattress lately.
I still live in this fucker. What is going on?
Oh yeah. Oh hey. That's a you problem, not a me problem. Shout out to everybody in here. Hope you're all doing great, man. I'm looking forward to an amazing show, an amazing hump day. I do have to catch a tin can a little bit later today, but that's not right now. We'll handle all of that. Got my workout in yesterday. I feel pretty darn good, I'm telling you. You know what I mean? I got to get a little bit back because I took a week or two off because I was moving, but we're okay. We're okay. We can get back on the consistent pursuit of our passions that way. Do us a favor, though. See that little... Yeah, right here. Well, you might not have one that looks like this, but whatever your screen says, you can swipe up on that thing, let the whole face thing go, and then all of a sudden, I do.
I do.
Then all you got to do is send out a link to this show so everybody out there can see that we, my friends, are up and at 'em, ready to rock and roll. Hump Day is one day that we will never miss because you know why? It gets people into that feeling, oh my gosh, the week's almost over. But it's not over because on Saturday and Sunday, you know what we do? We continue to work on our passions every single day. So just because the weekends doesn't mean your life ends. So we're going to keep it going. Motivation right now, baby. Look, we got all the little props going on. Let me throw my
right here. We got, I mean, the vibes. Where'd I put them? I don't know where I put them. I haven't rocked these bad boys in a while. With Twinkies this morning, bro. I kind of like the vibes. For sure. Not bad at all. I like these vibes for sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hey, you know what? I just realized I can change my Instagram name whenever I get to 650S. I can be 650S Soroka.
Ooh,
that's kind of bad. You know, who's, you know, even though we're not supposed to, you know, make cars our whole personality because whenever we sell the car anymore,
you get something else. I learned that.
But maybe just, you know, the S. So always try and find a car with an S at the end. Who's to know? Who's say? Then we go to, you know, 720 after that. I don't know. Who's to know?
750. 765 LT.
765 LT.
You really want to put
real
your
sweet
up there. You put that on that.
Yeah. Or, you know, if you got a couple extra mil laying around, just get you a P1 and then you can all have all types of fun.
We don't want that. They don't build that. We want the W1 or we want the Senna. That's it.
Yeah, give me the Senna, actually. Give me the Senna. 150%. Give me the Senna. All right. Well, my friends, there's a little car talk for you. Start off the show. We got a little sunglass who's to know. And we're feeling pretty good on this side of the screen if you weren't able to tell yet this morning. But maybe you're not. Maybe you got a case of the midweek blues. Maybe you're dragging your knuckles in here like fucking E. Or, hey, we ain't got time for that because we only got Tiggers around here. And Tiggers are a wonderful thing because their asses are made of rubber and their tails are made of spring. So we're bouncing around here. We ain't dragging our knuckles, old ears flopping on the ground. Thanks for noticing me. We're setting the tone right here off the bat, my friends. So, maybe you're a fan of sports. Maybe you like watching a little basketball. Maybe you like watching a little college basketball. Maybe you like watching the kids coming up in the high school ranks, seeing what your favorite college team they're about to go to. Maybe you like that AAU ball, if you will. Well, if you like the AAU ball, you're in for a little treat because we're going to go to the court side of an AAU basketball game and we're going to say hello to a cameraman who quite possibly has some of the worst luck I've ever seen a cameraman have in my life.
Hey, she made it clap. Just like a standing ovation, yeah. And she be popping it daily. Only pop out on special occasions. She got a hell.
Run it back, Tease. 2-3 times. Run it back.
Hey,
He gets so confident.
Just like a standing ovation, yeah. And she be popping it daily. Only pop out on special occasions. She got a hell.
I'm sorry, that's not AAU. That's Brown versus New Hampshire, maybe?
I couldn't even tell you who that is, bro.
That's mid-major. Brown's one of my favorite mid-major. They're Ivy Leagues. Brown Bears, baby. Mid-major king, always.
Like D-League?
Huh?
Is that like D-League?
No, it's still D1, but they're
so still college ball on the right,
yeah.
but it's the
they're not the Blue Bloods. It's not the Kentuckys and the Dukes and the Alabamas. They're the lower programs.
I get it.
You know, the New Hampsters, the old. Oh, what's the good one? The Islanders. Oh, Texas A&M Corpus Christi. You ain't ever heard of the old Islanders for. Woo! And then, you know, I start talking with people up in the East Coast, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I know about the old. Oh, I can't even think of a damn team right now for crying out loud. I'm seeing logos, but I can't even think of names. Either way, hey, I like me some mid-major ball if you like you some mid-major ball. So there you go. Some worst luck possibly ever from a cameraman. Let me see that one more time, Deez. He gets blown over by a
that dude didn't have to hit him like that, though. You saw that. He kind of like pushed him.
Yeah, he could have probably caught him. And then just worst luck ever, full court shot straight to the gut, or maybe
that was a great shot.
No, run it back one more time.
He's never good.
Hey,
like he could have caught him. He could have caught him.
Just like a standing ovation.
Oh my gosh,
bro! He could have caught him. He could have grabbed him and said, "Hey," but no, he's like, "Nah, let this dude. I'm cool like that." And then right here. Dude, you would never hit
on
that.
special occasions. She got a hell.
And you just see everybody on the bench go, oh.
Even the lady back there is like,
Fuck. Oh, worst luck in the world.
I'm out.
I don't know if they could get that man a maybe better seat. Maybe put him in a different location. I don't know exactly what he's got to be there for, but he is right in harm's way. Clear lay. Maybe we need to put him in a different location for the next Brown game. Who's to say, who's to know? But maybe you're not a fan of sports, but you're a fan of life. You're a fan of new life. You're a fan of sweet little children. And maybe you ain't brought a sweet little child into this world. And maybe you're thinking about it. Maybe you're right on the precipice of, hey, honey, you think we should do this thing? No. Bring one of them little bundles of joy into this world? Well, my friends, if that's you, or if you've been having a little bit of baby fever, here this morning, joining us, the beautiful, amazing, incredible, fantastically talented Lily Hayes is here this morning to give us some perspective on whether or not we should have kids.
Ask if you want any more kids.
The person that asked me if I want to have more kids don't have children. You don't understand. My factory's closed. You have those two. I want to send them back. I don't have the address. If I had the address long time ago, I send them back. Do you understand it? 1 minute of a pleasure. Maybe you got snook for the rest of your life. Do you understand this?
Relax.
Yeah, baby.
Wait, don't you love myself?
This is the problem. This is my problem. Look at this face. I'm only 39. 39. Look the way I look. Mom, I need money. Mom, give me your debit card. Mom, can you co-sign for me? Mom, I'm coming to visit you. When he comes to visit me, you know what he does? He's on the internet, whatever you guys do, bubbling there. He doesn't even talk to me.
She is the best.
That girl's awesome. She's amazing.
Oh.
That's a good one right there. She went crazy. But that's how I'm going to be when I'm older. People are like, don't you want another kid? I'm like, bruh, what are you talking about? I'm driving. Look at me. Can't you just see I'm glowing right now? Like, what are we doing?
The favorite part about Lily and her son, my favorite part is anytime he asks a question, he knows she's about to go off and it's going to be a clip, but he doesn't want to laugh hard in the mic to start it and fuck up the beginning of the clip. D's play right at the beginning. You can see him just every time he just like loses his shit and fucking tries not to laugh as hard as he can. Watch him right at the
Ask if you want any more kids.
The person that asked me if I want to have more kids don't have children. You don't understand. My factory's closed. You have those two. I want to send them back. I don't have the address. If I had the address long time ago, I send them back. Do you understand it? 1 minute of a pleasure. Maybe you got snook for the rest of your life. Do you understand this?
Relax.
Yeah, baby.
Wait,
Relax.
don't you love myself?
This is the problem. This is my problem. Look at this face. I'm only 39. 39. Look the way I look. Mom, I need money. Mom, give me your debit card. Mom, can you co-sign for me? Mom, I'm coming to visit you. When he comes to visit me, you know what he does? He's on the internet, whatever you guys do, bubbling there. He doesn't even talk to me.
Wait, someone just asked if you want any more kids.
Oh, man.
Oh, his little smirk, just his little. The start of every clip, he does that, just trying to hold a laugh in because he knows she's about to go. Oh man, if you don't follow her on InstaSlam, you are missing out. It is Lily LILI_ Hayes HAYES_ on Instagram, and oh my goodness, it is clip after clip. I found them a long time ago when she was talking about the ping ping pie, which was pecan pie, and she can't say pecan pie. Oh, it's good over there. Pecans, tomato, potato.
I'm sorry, pecan.
Like,
I've never heard that.
You know,
That's the first time I've ever heard pecan.
Well, I'm
It
from
sounds
the
like a
South.
pecan.
I'm from the South. Sorry. Also, it's kind of like tomatoes and avocados. Why does only one have E at the end of it?
Bro,
Yeah.
tell me that wasn't
Nah, that was a great fucking video, man. That had me going. I said, wait a minute. You mean
hold on, time
Whoa.
out.
I probably shouldn't have watched that at 10:30 at night.
Bro,
Holy
you're gonna see me like when I send it over to Cap, I'm like, he's gonna lose his shit on this.
bro. And the dude that was like, holy shit. And also, shout out to the dude that was making it low key, like kind of has his own Kevin Hart vibe going on and has put it into his own way. I love what he says. He's like, I don't know if you motherfuckers believe me, but what I'm trying to tell you with my eyebrows and my eye region, I don't know if you understand. Do you get what I'm saying?
When he said that, I was instantly glued. I was like, okay, now I'm really paying attention.
Like, oh, I like this motherfucker a lot. I like this guy right here. Who's to say, who's to know? And I tell you what, man, people get awful butthurt when I was scrolling through the comments in there. People get awful butthurt when
I saw the comments too. They hate it.
The truth. You just say
they hate it when anybody goes against anything they've been taught by the good old government out there. You know what I mean? It's just
insane.
insane.
I didn't even say anything bad yesterday. Yesterday, I made a video about the whole Serena Williams and the thing, whatever. Just a little truth, just a little truth. Didn't say anything bad. I just gave truth. I heard something. I said, is that true? I researched it. Oh my gosh, I can't be the only one that didn't know that. Let me put it out into the world. People losing their minds. You racist, you misogynist, fuck you. You don't understand. I'm like, do you realize that I just made a video exposing the system and showing you how fucked up and how all intertwined it is and how it's just a fucking veil? Like, you didn't understand that? You didn't understand what I was trying to do for you right there? Okay. People losing their minds. Be nice to the big black queen. We're going to be okay. That woman is 500 fucking pounds. I'm not being nice to nobody. Bring back fat shaming. The damn earth shakes when she walks in the building. What are we talking about? No. Sorry. I tell you what, them comments.
Someone showed her entire personality right there with the lawsuit that she got and the things she was doing in there. It's everybody needs to accommodate me.
Y'all ain't got a big tail.
That's crazy to me. That's insane to me. I'm sorry. I apologize if you know, but man,
you're so fucking fat you can't fit in an average office chair. An average office chair is pretty big these days. Who's to know? That baffles me. I don't know, but those comment sections, boy, I love them. I tell you what, I post and ghost. I don't really care. Is what it is. And I tell you, people got their panties in a bunch. Who's to say? Who's to know? So we must be doing something, Swirl One. I don't know. We got haters. If you ain't got haters, you ain't doing something right.
Hey, check my post this morning. It hit. I promise.
Oh, who's saying? Who's to know? Oh, hey, you like my chicken sucker too?
That was great. Yes, that was great.
What do you think about that little guy?
He was all excited. I'm like,
that's outstanding. He was waving with one hand, had his sucker in the other.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Like,
here we go. There I am. I'm telling you what. iPhone dropped last night. This is total sidebar. They dropped Playground either yesterday or a couple days ago, whatever the new update was. And it's basically an AI image generator. And they allow you to like take your pictures and they give you all these different like astronaut and scientists and backgrounds and all this different shit. And you can create it through AI. And then you can also prompt the damn thing. So I was just playing around, prompted with it. I was like, wait. Let me make a chicken sucker. So I just typed in some prompts and I got us a chicken sucker. Maybe I got some.
I haven't updated my iPhones in like a year.
Hey, it automatically did it for me. I don't know. Maybe I got some other side angles of him. Maybe I got some back shots. Maybe some different things he's got. I don't know. Who's say, who's know? Maybe see some different versions of the old chicken sucker out on the timeline. Who's to say? Who's to know? But my friends, we're 29 minutes after the top of the hour. Been a while. Since we've gone 30 minutes on the opening banter in the morning lap. Feeling real good here today. Clearly, friends and family. So, 30 minutes after the top of the hour, just as we got into that, almost perfect timing to get into your first segment of the day and really start to hop on this growth train, baby. So, maybe get yourself a fresh book of notes, sheets, maybe just a scratch piece of paper. Maybe an 8x10 you rip out of the printer, whatever you need. Maybe you got 3 pens today. Maybe you need an extra one in case one of your black pens run out and you got a red pen. Maybe you need a highlighter. Maybe you need a Sharpie. Maybe you need some scissors to cut out a specific little section of your notes. I don't know, whatever you need. Maybe you even need a USB, plug in your doggone USB to download all this information. Whatever you need to keep track of the knowledge and insights about to come your way. Because, my friends, it's time to get into that aforementioned first segment of the day. Time to get that mindset nice and right and get you ready to go on the daily battlefield and slay and fillet this Wednesday as we get into your sharpening session. Okie dokie artichokes. Here we are back live in prime time once again on episode 667 of Forge and Fuel on this wonderful Wednesday morning, February the 12th, 2025. Hope you're ready to really come alive if you haven't already, because we got some banger stuff coming your way this morning. We got vibes, motivation, inspiration, high-level thoughts, the only way we can bring them to you. So, where are we beginning today? Opening topic of the show, my friends. If you didn't check the title, and maybe you didn't scroll past the thumbnail, maybe you won't know. So let me be the first to get you all the way up to date. This morning, we're beginning by having a little conversate on. Say goodbye to the bad guy.
Say goodbye to the bad guy.
Say goodbye.
You're never going to see another bad guy like this again.
You know what it is? You need people like me. You know why? So you can point your fucking finger and say, that's the bad
guy.
Okay, so point your fucking fingers. Say goodbye to the bad guy. Say goodbye to the bad guy. Look, Tony Montana, hey, look, when I come to this country, I knew how to do two things, man. Two things, man. I knew how to kill people and I knew how to shoot a podcast, okay? Don't make me do the first one. Let me just keep doing the podcasting. I like this form of life better, okay? I knew how to do two things. Two things. Actually, three things. I roll a little weed, too. Who's to say? Who's to know? However, my friends, say goodbye to the bad guy. This morning, I want to tell you something maybe you haven't heard. Maybe you have. Maybe you haven't heard it in this way. I feel like we've been on this track of saying things that aren't typically covered on motivational shows and putting them in our own ways and really diving down some good rabbit holes. So this morning, I'm here to tell you that it's okay to be the bad guy. It's okay to be the bad guy. And I'm not talking about Tony Montana slanging dope, killing motherfuckers, running Miami bad guy. I'm talking about the bad guy who's not afraid to say the uncomfortable truth. The one who's not afraid to stand 10 toes down and say what everybody's thinking, but nobody's willing to say. The person who's willing to go into the dark valley and say, this is what I believe. This is what I know. I will not switch, flip, or lose my grip, regardless of whatever enemy I face in this valley. And I want to share a story with you guys that really tripped my trigger on this yesterday. And I actually posted it out on the timeline, a brief synopsis of it. So yesterday, and I kind of mentioned it this morning, I'm getting all of my kitchen cabinets and my countertops redone. Is a whole effing process. Don't even ask me to go down the rabbit hole. However, they're finally getting the countertops done, right? And they're in the kitchen, in the sink. They're working on it, getting it done. And I'm sitting here working yesterday. I'm trying to make some content, do some different things. Try to make content when you got an active construction site and where you usually make content. Fun times, all right? Besides the point. So I'm rocking and rolling, and I hear on my door. Hey, what up? When he comes in, he said, hey, we got a question for you. All right, shoot. Hey, come out here. I was like, okay. I come out into the little foyer area in between my room and the kitchen. And he looks at me, and I start to kind of, the one guy speaking in Spanish, the other guy speaking in English. And obviously, if you know me, I speak broken English. I do speak broken English, but I speak broken Spanish too. So I kind of understand what he's saying. And he's talking about one or two, and I can't understand what is he talking about, one or two. And then the other guy starts to describe to me, he wants to know if he can just do one sink or if you need them both. And that's where I was messing up. And I was like, wait, what? Hold on, what? Because I was trying to understand him and then also heard him say it. And I was like, wait, that's what the shit? My brain about fell out of my ears. I said, did you just ask me if he could put one sink back in the kitchen? Well, yeah, if it's not too much big of a deal. I said, when's the last time you ever seen a kitchen with one sink in it? Well, yeah, I know it. Is it a necessity you need it? I said, well, yeah, kind of, unless they want to knock $100 off of my rent. I mean, you've already taken away half of my bar. You've already done this and you've already done that. So if we want to start knocking money off my rent, you guys just keep taking things away from me. And he kind of looked at me and stuttered for a moment. I said, is there a particular reason why you don't want to do it? And the guy who was speaking Spanish kind of muttered something. He said, he just doesn't want to fuck it up. And I looked at him and I just said, and he looked at me and he went and turned back. And the little dude speaking English looked at me and said, yeah, he'll take care of it. Don't worry. And I said, yeah, thanks. That's what I thought. I appreciate it. Thanks for doing the job the right way. And I turned around and I walked back in my office. Now, they were uncomfortable and they started speaking Spanish, and I'm sure they were talking shit about me the whole time, and I'm sure they were cussing up a motherfucking storm while they were cutting that hole to put the 2 sinks in there. I don't care because I stood for what's right. I put 10 toes down. I said, no, we're not half-assing a job that you and I both know you should put your full ass into. And it's happened over and over and over again, and I've bit my tongue, and finally I'm at a point in life where I don't care who thinks I'm the bad guy. And you notice I didn't scream and yell. I didn't cuss them. I didn't tell them they were stupid. I just said the truth. I said, what, are we going to half-ass this job? Is that what we're going to do? Right to work they got. So don't be afraid to be that person that says the uncomfortable thing that nobody wants to say, but you know you need to say. And put a pin in that. My last thought will bring that all full circle. And I was having a conversation with Deez yesterday on this. And, you know, we came to this question of, why are those who don't give max effort seemingly rewarded, right? You know, in corporate America, if you think about it, those employees that you just look at them and they're like, that dude's a fucking dipshit. Why does he always get the promotion? Why does he always move? Why is he always put on the damn pedestal? What the hell? That guy's a fucking moron. He can't even read a damn book, let alone put on a tie in the morning. And you start looking at it. Oh, he's a good guy. He shuts up. He doesn't ask questions. He doesn't buck the system. He puts on his mask and he just does what a good little worker does. Goes and does the job, clocks in, clocks out, doesn't say anything else. But see, guys like me and Deez and Swirl and different guys, we're the bad guys in corporate America. See, we stand up for what's right. We ask questions. We don't put that mask on. We're willing to say the uncomfortable thing that nobody else in the organization will say, and we find ways to improve upon our job. We don't just say, well, this is the way we've always done it, as you've heard millions of times. We find new ways to get the job done in a better way because we know there are always new ways to improve. I'll leave you with another quick story. I was working in corporate America, and I was the bad guy in this office. And I'd only been working there for about 60 days. And I was the bad guy because I asked questions. I was positive. I was this guy. I've always been this guy. And the world has tried to dim this light, and I haven't let it. Thank God. And there was this big wig that came into the office one day, and he was going to talk to the whole group and how he got up to the levels that he was. And of course, he gets in there 30 minutes early, and he's coming around and shaking everybody's hand before we have a morning meeting. And he gets to my desk. He says, hey, man, what's your name? I said, Colton. How's it going? He said, oh, I'm such and such. I can't even remember his name, but I remember this moment for the rest of my life. He said, how you doing, man? I said, you know, whoever said sunshine brings happiness has got to dance in the rain or has never danced in the rain. And you looked out the window and it was just raining, storm clouds, nasty. I said, man, I was a drowned rat walking in here, but hey, whoever said sunshine brings happiness has never danced in the rain. That's my vibe. That's my MO. He goes, what? Kind of shocked me. What did you say? I said, whoever said sunshine brings happiness has never danced in the rain. He said, oh my gosh. I used to say that exact thing, and I started in this office, and I almost sat at the exact spot you're sitting at right now. I can't believe this. That is the energy I'm talking about. We get to the morning meeting, and remember, I'm the bad guy, right? I'm the bad guy, but somebody's seeing my light shine. We get to this morning meeting, get about halfway through it, and he calls me out. He says, son, what's your name? I didn't ask your name. I said, Colton. He said, I don't know if you guys saw the interaction earlier, but more you need to be like Colton. And I'm the bad guy. So here I am, the bad guy, trying to put this mask on and then I got somebody who I'm starting to look up to tell me, no, be like you, be what you need to do. And I'm like, oh, fuck, oh, shit, what do I do? So unfortunately, at that corporate job. I said a little bit too much truth. I got a little bit too real. I didn't do it in a graceful and dignified way and got my ass shit canned. So pull the pin out. My final thought on this, you can be the bad guy while also doing it with good vibes. There's a graceful, dignified way to be the bad guy. You don't have to cuss and scream and yell and be an asshole and a dick and a douchebag, but you can still say the truth. And you can still say the hard thing, the uncomfortable thing that nobody wants to say. Just do it in the right way. So, my friends, a lot to say there this morning. Hope you enjoyed that. Just things burning left, right, and center. And I was seeing the background, the green screen. Capp Swirl One was furiously writing, and he's still furiously writing. So, my friends, I'll leave you with this. It's okay to be the bad guy, but just do it with some good vibes. Who's to say, who's to know? What do you think about that opening topic of the show, Swirl One?
Buddy, I have been the bad guy. I got to tell you, I've been the bad guy all my life. I've said,
no.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what it is.
No.
I've always been the outlier, the guy that tests the limit. I'm the one that'll try it first, all those things. And it never, it's gotten me a lot of good places and it's gotten me a lot of bad places. And I'll tell you, so it's interesting though. I'm going to take it all the way back to the whole bad guy premise. And you're always going to be the bad guy in somebody's story, regardless of what you do or how you act or who you try to apologize to or whatever you try to reconcile. You're always going to be the bad guy in somebody's story. There's nothing you can do about it. Their perspective is that perspective. They look at you and they're going to blame you for every reason why everything went wrong during that time period and possibly even why things are wrong after that time period. And when you think about life, you can always think about your life and think, man, who's the bad guys in my life? And sometimes you can start pointing out, like Capp was talking about, hey, might be my boss, could be my girlfriend, could be my husband, could be my kid, it could be whatever it is, right? Whatever you have out there that pulls on you, right? That could be your bad guy. And that could be the thing that you almost blame all of your problems on. Man, if I didn't have this, or if that girl wasn't nagging on me, then therefore I would do this. And you just start realizing, man, I'm starting to point the finger everywhere and playing this victim mentality because all of a sudden I'm feeling like that's the bad guy. That's why I can't do what I do, right? That happens everywhere. And I think whether you look about it and somebody says, hey, that's the bad guy in my story, or you look at them and say, hey, that's the bad guy in the story I'm currently living, you have to understand it's not them that's creating it. It's what we go back to that whole it's only data. Everything they're doing has something to do with the internal psyche of you. That's why you're getting that reaction. That's why you're getting that blood going to your head. Something they're saying or doing is obviously hitting a tone with you. And whether, hey, sometimes it's a good tone where you're not doing the right things and they're right about that. But sometimes it's a bad tone where I do those things, they don't appreciate it, or that the person you're trying to deal with won't do the things you're doing and they don't appreciate it. And that's a whole different idea of what that might look like in perspective. Now, sometimes you have to be the bad guy, just like what Capp said. I said it last week. Sometimes you have to stand up for yourself. Sometimes you have to look at them and say, what are we really doing here? We're going to do this half-ass job. Is that really what's going to happen right now? But here's the thing. You just have to be the bad guy that's right and sometimes uncomfortable. But like Capp said, you have to say things in the right way. You don't have to come down on them and be condescending. And I'll tell you from personal experience, and I've been in situations where I've said things that were truth and I said it in a way that was sarcastic, or I meant to get maybe a rise out of somebody, or I was trying to maybe throw some shade in a way, and I sneak diss somebody in a way, the way I said it in a meeting. And that obviously is not the right way to be the bad guy. But I'll also tell you, I've learned from a lot of those things. And even when you have your, what I call executive presence about you, even when you have all of your thoughts about you and you've had a clear mind and you're in a meeting and there's a ton of your peers around, we're talking 60, 70, might be talking about personal experience. And somebody says, hey, this isn't ask me anything. Ask me anything. And you raise your hand. And they pick you and you ask what you assume to be a very studious question. At the time, you don't think it's negative. At the time, you think it's fine. Everybody's like, wow, that was right. I never thought about it that way. And you get an answer, what have you. And then later on in time, you find out you should have never asked that question. It didn't come out in that moment. It didn't come out at that time. And no matter how good a professional you said it, you're still going to be the bad guy in that. And in that, you might be ostracized. They might take you and throw you out somewhere else because you said that, or they start to ignore you or put you on an island or try to kind of push the boat away, if you will. And that's something that you have to understand. So regardless of how polished you are, or if you come out with sarcasm, they both can be perceived the same way. So does that mean you got to stop being the bad guy? I would argue that you're not trying to be the bad guy. What I would say is this: you should never stop telling your truth. You should never stop telling who you are and what you believe and questioning that authority. One of the things about me is I do stand up for those people that I bring up. I stand up to those people that I might hire, for those people. And I try to make sure that they understand that I have their best interest in mind and I'm trying to get them to progress. And if there are ulterior motives from people above and around that are trying to come and collapse on them, I'm putting a cocoon of protection around those people somehow. I'm trying to show them I've got their back. And that right there can make the bad guy not a bad guy, but just a stern, very focused person. You got to think about that. When people have their boundaries and they've got their rules about them, you can't break those. But when you fall in line with them and they work with what you do and the values and the morals and all the things that they have going match yours, there's nothing wrong with being stern. That's not a bad guy. It's nothing wrong with having boundaries and drawing that line in the sand. And even if you say the right thing, you have to understand all perspectives are going to be different. You're always going to be the bad guy. There's no way to get away from it. So you might as well tell your truth. You might as well be stern about it and draw the boundaries right in the line of the sand, saying this is exactly where I'm at. And if anybody doesn't like that, you can find another beach or they can find another beach to hang out on.
Damn straight, man. I was thinking about this quote as you were talking. Comes in a bunch of different forms, but this one is Albert Einstein. The world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. It's not destroyed by the ones who do the evil. It's by the ones who are afraid to stand up and say what's right.
You know what's interesting? You were talking about, and I don't mean to jump right in here,
No.
but talking about, what I call the yes man, the one that doesn't go against anything. And the reason why people like those is because their will and their rules get put down without any pushback. And whether it's good or bad, nobody's ever going to tell them that they're wrong. And that's the thing that I've seen in a lot of different places where you get people like DZ, and you were talking about that, move on, get promotions, get all the good stuff. But you know why? It's because unfortunately, they do play the game and they try to make sure that they stay close to the game master. And in that, the last thing they want to do is piss off the game master. Well, I'll tell you this, sooner or later, the game master gets changed and that person gets changed with them. The people that stand out are those that sat there and lived on their own 2 feet, played the game their way, were independent about it. When the game master goes, they've mastered the game, not the game master. And now they can actually play it better than anybody who was yes manning all the way up the road.
150%, man. I just think of my corporate journey of just the different mission, vision, and values and different things. And just that exact thought, like the first job I ever got, I referenced it. It was just, man, just to see the people and how fake they were and how much they were just falling in line and doing what they were told. And then we'd go to a happy hour and I was like, wait a minute. That's you? Whoa, what that you don't, holy shit. So then I would just get me a big old tall beer and I would just sit there. Wouldn't say much. People would ask me like, Colt, what's wrong? Nothing. I just like observing. I'm not from the area. I'm just checking out a new place. And I would just sit and listen. And this person, about this person. Oh, did you see those two are fucking her? Oh my gosh. And I would just download information. I was just downloading what was going on in the office. So when I got asked, when the opportunity arose, boy, I said, I mean, I was fucked. I put the 9mm ran out. I pulled the 45 off the side. I reloaded the 223, said thunk, 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 thunk. I said, fuck it, put the 12. I mean, I was dropping shots. Bombs were flying in the damn place. Every face was red. Now, the man that I said it in front of looked at me and he said, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. However, that might be what the big dogs want to hear, but that's not what the little dogs who run you want to hear, because that means they're not doing their job and that puts the heat on their ass. So then they bring you in their office to say, well, what'd you say in that meeting? And you say, oh, I don't know. I can't really remember. I don't know, just a meeting. If you were supposed to be in the meeting, you should have been in the meeting. Probably shouldn't say that to a manager. See, a lot of things that I just learned over this first experience, that I didn't do things the right way, but again, things weren't done in the right way. What part of this is mine? And I took parts of that, put it into my next opportunity, did amazing at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Unfortunately, COVID hit, or I damn near might still be with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I might be a doggone area manager by now. I have no clue. Shout out JK big time. But I was crushing the fucking game at Enterprise. And then I got a business development job, and I was crushing the game there, but I just never felt fulfilled. I just never felt like I could say the truth. I could never say the uncomfortable thing, like I was just going to get shit canned again. And it was the worst feeling in the world. So if you can learn to say the uncomfortable things without coming across, that was my problem, coming across like a dick or not saying it in the right way or just saying the truth way too well. Okay, let's put a little bit of a filter on that. Never be afraid to say the truth. And I guess I don't really put on a filter on it at all these days, so who really gives a damn? But that's part of my career. Who cares? But never be afraid just to speak the truth, whatever your truth is, whatever situation it is. And if it ruins a friendship, if it ruins a relationship, if it hurts something in business, that person wasn't supposed to be around anyway. If they can't handle the truth, if they can't handle you saying, hey, man, this is only data. I just observed this. I just got to let you know. And if they can't handle that and take that in and say, yeah, you know what? I did have part in that. All right, I'll learn from this. Let me step back and learn from that. And that's why me and Swirl still do what we do every day, because we have had multiple moments like that with both of each other. Say, oh, yeah, you know what? I didn't look at it that way. And that's what a real man is. Go back to boys and men yesterday. Boys get pissed off at when their homies call them out on the carpet. Hey, you get a little fat there, man. Time to get back in the gym. Hey, dog, yeah, you're spending way too much money. Time to start investing that shit. Fuck you, man. What do you know about my life? Men say, oh, damn, you really saw that? Shit, what do I got to do? Can you give me a little advice? For sure. Then they go and make it happen. Men make it happen. Boys let it happen. Who's to say? Who's to know?
Isn't that the truth? And I'll tell you, there's a lot of people out there that are always going to tell their truth no matter who's in the room, and they're going to say it any way they want to. That's not really what you want to do. There's a time and place for everything. And like Capp said, hey, I don't mind saying the truth, but maybe there's a certain way of saying it. Or you could, and I hate to say it, you look at a meeting like that and you look back, oh, I'm glad I did it that way. But if you go back and say, well, I probably could have gotten the same message across in a different manner. And hey, is it still impactful? Absolutely, it's still impactful. But what I'll say is this. At the end of the day, even if you say the right things in the right manner in the right place, somebody in that room is going to think you're the bad guy. And that's not a problem. The only thing that you have to wonder is, do I have the right truth? Am I saying the right things for the right reason? And do I have this coming from a place where I'm trying to get people to grow? If it's anything but that, then yes, they have every right to look at you like you're the bad guy, because you are just being an asshole. That's the difference. So if you are coming from a place of truth, a place of understanding, and you're trying to make somebody better or grow from that feedback that you give them, the data that you're trying to portray or handle, that's when they can understand it and they'll take it in. If it's coming from that place, they'll see the authenticity, and that's what's going to make them real. Now, at the end of the day, don't be mad if somebody thinks you're the bad guy. Hell, I've been the bad guy in my own story before, because that whole what part of this is mine, that's where that came from. I'm the one that sabotaged this shit. So I had to go back and say, well, I can't really point the finger at anybody else. So what part of this is mine, the bad guy? And I figured that out before I go anywhere else. And that's my thought process now. I'll say it on wins. I'll say it on losses. I will look at the wins just as well. You don't think the football players that were in the other day, the ones that won, they're not going to go back and watch that game and see what they did right. That's still the thing. Hey, what did we do right? They still had some problems in there. And even with that, so the wins are just as important as the losses. You have to go back and say, okay, what part of it was mine and how could I make that win bigger?
Damn straight, man. I just think not enough people do that. I think that's really what it boils down to, and why not enough people find success or fulfillment in life. They just don't have the ability to say, what part of this is mine? What did I do? All right, somebody else threw the party, but I still showed up. All right, what did I say that set somebody off? And, the more, I guess that's a really great point to hit on, is maybe it's not just telling everybody else the truth. Maybe it's telling yourself the truth. Maybe it's stop lying to yourself, and even take it a step further. What we've been talking about, Stop lying to yourself about the unknown. Stop lying to yourself about things you're unfamiliar with. They're as unfamiliar with you as you are with them. You're just making stories up in your mind. Your imagination can be your greatest strength or your biggest weakness. It can be the thing that drags you down every single time or the thing that propels you forward. But it's that mindset thing. It's what are you telling yourself? Are you lying to yourself over and over and over again? I can't, I won't. Are you telling yourself the truth? This is going to be a son of a bitch, but I believe I can make it through. When you can change that little mindset, you know it's still going to suck. You know it's still going to be bullshit. But if you can embrace the suck and just get through it, man. And I read this in Way of the Seal. I posted it out on X yesterday. I had time to read a chapter out of the book yesterday. I didn't even realize I did until I got in bed last night and I grabbed the book and I was like, holy shit, I've already read a chapter today. I had such a successful day. Holy shit. Quote in the book, a plan never survives contact with the enemy. A plan never survives contact with the enemy. You can have the best plan in the world, the best ideas, speak all the truth, everything in between. Oh my gosh, the fork in the road is still going to happen. You're still going to have to make the hard decision. No plan, no matter how perfect, survives contact with the enemy because they got their own plan. They're shooting their own bullets at you. They're moving and flanking and shifting while you're trying to move and flank and shift. It's called battle for a reason. These are war games, friends, and I'm locking down. I'm throwing on my breastplate. I'm cinching down that helmet. I'm putting on the chainmail, and I'm getting out that fucking sword of destiny, ready to slay and fillet my way through every damn obstacle in my way. Opportunity, baby. Come on, man. No plan survives contact with the enemy? Shit, ain't no enemy gonna survive contact with me. Whew. Drop a bomb, D's. Damn.
I tried. I threw that right there for you. I threw it. I dropped the mic.
That was hot. I don't even remember what I said.
I threw it. I even threw it.
I just blacked out. I know that was a solid clip somehow, though. There's a clip that can probably come out of that. I just blacked out. I don't know what the hell I was saying right there. Oh, no enemy's going to survive contact with me. Damn, that was hard. That come right off the tongue. Who's to know? Is DZ asleep back there? What's he doing? Oh, he's awake. No, he's awake. He's just doing some clips. We love you, D. Sorry. I just want to make sure you didn't die. I had to scroll down on my screen. I couldn't see you. All right, there he is. He's alive. He's okay. Well, say goodbye to the bad guy. Any other thoughts, DJ Swirl One?
I think you pretty much handled it. That's why I threw the mic at the. I didn't like that. If I had some props right now, I would have used them, but I don't have any. I'm not anywhere near any props. So I knew you were going to pull it. Oh, man.
Who's up?
I did use that one. I think it was a soap or whatever earlier for my, what is it? What is the name of that damn movie? I don't even know the name of the movie, but I know they do that and they erase people's minds. Men in Black.
Men in Black. Yeah. What the fuck? I was like, what are you talking? Oh, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah. There's some hidden shit in there. I feel like I got to watch Men in Black. I haven't watched it as an adult.
The first one's the only one that's worth it. After that, it was all crap. But
100%.
The first one definitely has a little something. Even at the end there, where they went.
Yeah. The universe is in you. I don't know. There's some secrets. And I've never watched it as an adult. I was always a kid and I just loved the pug. I just got back in from outer space. Come in to find you here with that crooked look upon your face. That was like my favorite part of the fucking movie. I would always sing it. And then everything else was just like, fuck all. I didn't even really understand what was happening other than some man turned into an alien and was eating people and I don't know what was going on. So maybe I gotta go back and watch that. Much like The Matrix. Watched The Matrix when I was young. Watched it now. I said, holy shit, it all makes so much sense. Who's to say, who's to know?
That's a documentary.
But that is your first segment of the day. That is a straight documentary, my friends. From the moment he takes that red pill and it crashes down into the mountainous, dark, disgusting shit, and Morpheus starts talking, you just start going, he's talking about what we're living right now. He's saying what I'm living right now. What the whoa? And you're glued from the jump. And then next thing you know, you just want him to kick the shit out of Agent Smith, and you're fucking cheering all day long. And then you hear Morpheus say, he's beginning to believe. And then you know, oh my gosh, Neo is about to really whoop Agent Smith's ass. It's about to happen. Oh, best movie of all time. Who's to know? Well, There's a lot of good ones. It's up there. However, there's your first segment of the day, my friends. Time to get into your second segment of this fine morning program, where we watch some clips, some additional videos, welcome on some high-level humming beans, ready to give us some additional perspective, and we share some insights, some knowledge in relation to said perspective. So if you're ready for that, get yourself a fresh cup of Java, maybe a little more water, fix your posture, and let's slide into the second segment of the day. It's time for your Reaction Refinery. Alrighty then, my friends. Here we are once again, back live in prime time after your brief transition into the second segment of the day, your Reaction Refinery. And without any hesitation or delay, as we are 1 minute after the top of the hour, woo! DJ Swirl One must not have a heart out today. Who's to say, who's to know? We got these vibes going and flowing. We got 4 clips coming your way as per usual. So, once again, without further hesitation or delay, let's get right on into it, baby. The first clip features a young man who has a podcast of his own. Actually couldn't find his name. Probably could have done a little bit more research, but I can tell you he goes by B. Shakur, BSHAKUR 215. You'll probably see it down in the ticker. And his podcast is called Kur Conversations, but they're both with K. So KUR Conversations with a K. And this is a clip from one of his shows that just some different thoughts on a lot of things me and Swirl One talk about all the damn time. And I thought it was appropriate to entitle it Never Switch, Flip, or Lose the Grip.
Always tell me this. He be like, yo, bro, they not better than you. They just got there before you did.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Real.
we gonna walk down everybody. Like, that's just how I see it. You know what I'm saying? And just being consistent.
That's
what
right.
we doing, having the right mindset and not compromising who you are as a man.
That's right, bro.
To get that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And for
Absolutely.
me, just growing how I was raised is an asset. It's an advantage. I'm not tripping on not having money. I grew up poor.
Yeah.
So like, I'm cool with not having. I know how to survive without money.
Wow.
So we gonna do it the right way.
Real, bro.
You fucking heard that, man? You heard that, man? I grew up broke. I don't need money. I'm cool with surviving, baby. We gonna do it whenever it's God's time. It's gonna happen. I know how to make things happen. I've never not had a roof over my head. I've never not had a place to sleep. I've never not had food in the fridge. I can make this shit happen one way or another. Are you kidding me right now? Holy shit, I ain't afraid. Come on, I know what it's like to have less than, so I'm just gonna keep working to have more than. Are you kidding me, man? Never switch.
I love it.
Lose the grip. Damn.
I tell you what, it's one of the best things I saw when I saw that clip. I was like, this is amazing. And he's absolutely right, bro. I came from nothing. I've said it before. Not only did I come from nothing, I keep saying it over and over. You know why I keep telling you guys that, hey, I've had it all and lost it all? You know why I keep saying that? Because I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to tell my truths. I've been out there and had it all happen. I've had to repose all that shit. But guess what, motherfuckers? It didn't stop me from driving what I'm driving, doing what I'm doing, and living my dreams. Let me tell you something. You're only where you're at. What does that mean? Your mind is going to tell you where you're at that point in time. If you believe you can do it, you're going to make it fucking happen. Doesn't matter. I come from nothing. I've lost everything. I'll do it again. I'll sell all that shit. You know why? Because I know my ability to get it back is not in those material items. It's in me. I'm the one that has the power to get it back. And I'm going to find a way. Just like Capp said, I've never not found out a way to make it happen. I've never not figured it out. This new chapter in my life, let me tell you something. I'm going to figure it out. I've been badass at everything I've done before then, and I'm going to continue to do that with this right here. So if you don't believe you're this shit and you aren't your biggest fan, then who's going to be?
Damn straight, brother. And I tell you what, it's through the powers of AI and through the powers of manifestation and the powers of just doing the next right thing. You know what I sent you about 10:30 last night. Just happened to slide across it. I said, whoa, what the fuck is that? And I started doing some research. Well, if that ain't about the perfect fucking thing we could use, I bet that might just, wow. And it's right. That's a shit we could meet in the middle. Wow, this might just be perfect. Who's to say, who's to know? Just doing the next right thing. I didn't know that I've lived here 6 years and I didn't know that place existed. All right. And you just start doing the right things and the things you speak about, the intentions you put out into the world. Me and Swirl One have been talking about this forever. We probably wrote it down. We've been saying things. And then all of a sudden, I just keep doing the right things. And then bam, it pops up. And then sometimes it pops up for Swirl. Says, oh, hey, guess what I found? Check it out. Hey, check this out. Oh, shit. That's what we've been waiting on. Let's go. And it's that next step, that next opportunity to pivot, to re-pioneer, to pursue, to go in a new direction. And that's just what people are afraid to do. To pivot, they think if they pivot, oh, I'm losing me. I'm switching up. Oh, no, you changed. But as long as you stay you, as long as you stay committed to this, they're not better than you. It's just their time. Believe in your process over the product. Doesn't matter when it happens. Just continue to be you, and it's all going to work out. It's all going to fucking work out. I promise you guys, it's happening right before my very eyes, and I hope you guys are paying attention. Who's to say, who's to know? But your second clip / video of this second segment of this fine morning show features a man who I hold in very high regard. A man who has given me many insights on this consistent, persistent path of pursuing my passions I find myself on. He is a man who I quote rather often. He is the late, great Jim Rohn. And this morning, the legendary Jim is here to give us some advice that just might save your life.
If somebody dropped sugar in my coffee, they said, well, you'd be okay. I said, what if somebody dropped strychnine in my coffee? They said, well, you'd be dead. I said, correct. I said, what if my worst enemy drops in the sugar? They said, will you be okay? I said, what if my best friend, even by accident, drops in the strychnine? They said, well, you'd be dead. I said, correct. See, it doesn't matter who hands you the bad stuff. Every day, stand guard at the door of your mind. How important. You decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the results.
That's why I always say, I don't watch the TV. I ain't paying attention to their shit. All of that thing, all of those crazy songs and things that hit your head, boy, that is hitting your psyche whether you like it or not. You might just think it's music. You might just think it's a commercial. You might just think it's a TV show. But there is something somebody's trying to put in your brain right there. And if you don't guard what happens and what you intake to your eyes, your ears, and even around you, then world will dictate what it tells you. And you will start to manifest what the world wants, not what you want. You have to tell you what you want. You have to feed your brain. You have to feed your mind. I keep saying it every day, buddy, my plant, let me tell you something. That is the most positive plant you've ever met in your life. You know why? Because I only speak good to it. It died one time. It wasn't supposed to come back. And I'm just saying, I speak good to it every time I see that. I'm like, hey, fam, how you doing? You're doing great. I told you that window was going to be awesome. Buddy, let me tell you, he's getting big. Right. And your life is the same thing. The more you speak growth, the more you speak intelligence, the more you look and seek for the truth of what makes you tick. I promise you that's what's going to make you win. That's what's going to bring you your success. And that's what's going to make you proud of yourself at the end of every day.
Hell yeah. Advice to save your life, man. Guard that window, the door of the mind with everything you have. I thought about this. You put a password on your phone so nobody can get in and see your information. You got a password on your social media so nobody can come in and hack your page. You got a password on your email so nobody can see your sensitive data. Yet you just leave your mind open all willy-nilly. Are you guarding it in the same way? Because I do. And I've really been thinking about music lately. And man, I love rap. But I tell you what, I really listen. Vibration. And I tell you what, so here lately, I'm just like, damn, is that really? Damn, that's a smooth licking verse right there. But that's not me. That's not exactly what I'm trying to do in this life. All right, you know what? Maybe go Go listen to some more Bun B. Let me go listen to some more Sweet James Jones. Let me go listen to some motherfuckers who are actually giving some real game and stop listening to these clown-ass motherfuckers who are talking about nothing. My 2 cups and fucking rolling up with a 30-round magazine and fucking busting off a clip and spinning the block again. Shut the fuck up, you dumbass. You know you ain't ever done that in your life. You're just rapping it because the fucking music execs told you to, and you'd be pissing in your pants. You'd be pissing in your fucking pants if you were ever in a car doing that. No thanks. So I think that's part of the reason too why house music and dance and trap and all that has just started taking over in my life, man. I love me some house music. I got this.
You know what's so funny you said that? I don't mean to jump in here. But my boy the other day, and he's always been a jock rap kind of guy, straight up, fraternity dude, to all of it, And the other day, he comes to me and he goes, I got to tell you something. I've always kind of looked at you when you played your EDM since back in the day and how you've always kind of infused hip hop because you didn't want to go full hip hop. I've always wondered. He goes, I never really listened to it, but let me tell you something, man. I'm listening to a lot of house these days and it's made my life better. You know what's crazy? What happens when you just give yourself uplifting messages and uplifting beats and things that aren't going to drown your thoughts in low vibrations. It's amazing what can happen.
Dude, I hated house music. I hated anything EDM. Yeah. I couldn't stand it. In college, bro, I wouldn't listen to it. Somebody would put it on at a party. I would leave the fucking party. I hated it, bro. Now, woo, you give me some 707s and some wubby dubbies and I'm out there just, I love every fucking bit of it, man. I don't know why. And honestly, I think it was because of the vibrations I was in. And when you start to hear the good and the positive vibration, stay away from me. That's just a good metaphor for life. Apply that to any direction of your life. Who's to say, who's to know? Because these things, man, they do. They hit your psyche. What you watch, what you read, what you listen to, who you talk to, how you speak to yourself. It all fucking matters. Advice to save your life. Your third vidya / clip of your second segment of this fine morning show is a real variety. This one here has some flashing graphics, some words, and a nice narration behind it. And this here is a little bit of perspective on the commonalities of the successful.
Close attention to the successful and high-status people around you. You'll notice they share one common trait. Even when they know that certain things or people are not right, they do not criticize, correct, or lecture. The strong choose to forgive, the wise choose to remain silent, and only fools try to preach. In other words, smart people don't need to be taught, ignorant people can't be taught, and stubborn people won't listen. Restrain yourself from trying to correct others or attempting to change them. It's incredibly difficult to persuade an adult because the lessons they didn't learn in their 20s or 30s won't suddenly take effect just because you try to instill them. Understand that the only things that can truly make someone wake up and see the world clearly are experiences of loss, regret, and pain, nothing else. In the world of adults, there is only filtration, not education. What can persuade someone has never been reasoning, but stumbling. What can awaken someone has never been teaching, but challenges. The lessons you fail to learn, fate will make you go through again and again.
Buddy, I tell you, that's powerful right there. I deal with adult learning all the time, and I've got a PhD in adult learning. I promise you I do. And you guys might laugh, whatever. I'm telling you right now, I do. I know exactly what adults do when they don't want to learn. I know what they do when they want to learn. I know when they're open to data. I know when they're closed to data, and I can see it right away. Matter of fact, somebody said to me the other day, hey, there was somebody that worked with you in the past, and they did this, and they had a word for when people didn't want to work with you. And I said, I call it creative avoidance. And they're like, wow, that's a good one. I'm like, yes, that's what it is. It's people trying to act too busy to take the information in. It's people acting too important to take the information in. It's people dismissing you because they think they know better, because you know why? They've always done it this way for 20 years. Okay, I love to see that, but let me just try it once my way and show you what I could do. It's amazing what people will do when they're actually that's the thing. Stubborn people will never, ever listen to you. They're always going to have the right answer. Smart people understand that they can't change everybody's world. They can't change everybody's life. And the 99%ers are always just going to be the 99%ers. Now, that doesn't mean that people can't break out, but it's going to take a lot of work for that person to get out. And you aren't going to be able to do it. They have to do it for themselves. Smart people know that. So you have to understand, wherever you are in your journey, you're going to have to listen, sometimes be silent. Sometimes you're just going to have to look at that person and say, you know what? It's an Eeyore. It's always going to be Eeyore. And they're always just going to be like, thanks for noticing me. And all you got to do is figure out how to make that racehorse come in place of that Eeyore and push that Eeyore out the door.
I got to hear that quote in the middle again. D's, I'll run it back. You're good. I just got to hear this.
Filtration.
This quote. That I was going to hit on that too. But the smart people, let me see where it is. It's like smart people. Oh, here it is. There it is. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, here we go. In other words,
smart people don't need to be taught. Ignorant people can't be taught, and stubborn people won't listen.
I'm telling you.
Fuck off, dude. Smart people don't need to be taught. They'll
You ever heard
figure it
somebody
out
say
on their own.
they're too smart for their own good? That's what that means.
Oh, ignorant people can't be taught. Oh my. If that just doesn't change your perspective on everything right there, stop trying to change. Why do you think, sometimes you see me like blasting back at somebody in the comment section because they say something just so far off base. Like, I got to correct that. Like, you don't call me a fucking racist and misogynist. Fuck you. Like, let's hold on. But then sometimes somebody calls me like, fuck it, whatever. I don't get bent out of shape either way. It is what it is. I'm not going to try and convince somebody that has enough time to come in my comment section on a video that I put my time and effort in to put out on the timeline that attracted them enough to get into the comment section to use their little warrior fingers to leave me some nasty comment. Good for you. You're still at your 9 to 5. You were probably on the shitter when you left that comment, and I'm the one out here on the consistent, persistent pursuit of my passions. So why the fuck would I try to change you? Why would I try to take advice from you? Why would I get entrepreneurial advice from W-2 employees? Why would I get six-pack ab advice from Fatty McFatterson on the Breakfast Club? You understand what I'm saying? And there's these commonalities. Golly, the creative avoidance. That's the commonalities of the unsuccessful. They figure out ways to fuck it. I can't, I won't, I don't have the time, I don't know. My third cousin twice removed, dog ate his homework, so I got to go help him rewrite the essay.
I've heard it all, bro.
Shut the fuck up, Bobby.
I heard somebody said, well, I went to lunch and I didn't tell anybody. I was like, oh, okay, what'd you do at lunch? Well, I went to a funeral. What? You didn't tell anybody you went to, wait a minute, hold on. And it was only an hour long? That's pretty creative right there, bro. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and call bullshit and leave your office. And let me tell you this, 6 days later, that person was no longer at that place. So I'm just telling you it.
Infiltration or education. That was a big one. That was a big one in there too. Are you just filtering the life based off your biases, based of the programming, the system, everything you know? Or are you constantly trying to learn, constantly trying to educate and get better in that 1% every single day? Or are you just filtering life through what you already know? You've got it already all figured out. You're the smartest guy or gal in the room. Have fun with that. Because us who are more concerned about education over filtration, you're going to see us run you down sooner rather than later. Who's to say, who's to know? Yeah. What a segment so far. Holy shiitake mushrooms. We got one more clip coming your way. And this one is the proverbial cherry on top of the Reaction Refinery Sunday. So my friends, please welcome on to the program a man we've never heard of or heard from before. I didn't know this guy. Maybe you didn't even know this guy. I got to start looking him up because I like the way he thinks. He goes by the name of Igor Kufayev, either Russian, Ukrainian, somewhere over there in that area. Who's to say, who's to know? But to find Mr. Igor here this morning to tell us about a little something the only way he can with his thick Russian accent. He's talking the way of the sword.
The term warrior is an ancient term, archetypal, and every man is a warrior. And there's no place for a warrior in our culture. We're speaking about the archetypes here. We're speaking about the foundational character, what it means to be man today, what it means to be alive as a man. And one of the most important aspects of every man is duty. So many men, they never grow up. They're always looking somewhere to be taken care of. Just the whole life. No, cut that umbilical cord. With the soul, that's the way of the soul, that's where it begins. We don't blame anyone. That's also a way of the soul. Don't have time. When you're fully present, there's no time to blame anything or anyone. You're fully present to whatever that is. That's the way of the warrior.
Always looking for somebody to take care of them. Boy, isn't that the truth. Oh, my wife does that for me. That's why I have my wife. That's why I have my boss. Oh, this or that. You know, I'm telling you, it's so amazing. And people look at me like, man, how have you been single for so long? How have you done? I do so much on my own. I don't look at anybody else. Matter of fact, to a fault. Even Kelly O said that you got to help. You have to ask people to help you. I'm like, I don't know about all that. So I like to, you know, I'm 100% have cut that umbilical cord a long time ago. Millions of times I've cut that. And I don't ever look for anybody else to help me. And I'll be honest, I don't think anybody will help me. I think they all have their own shit, and nor do I need to put anything on them. I've figured it out over and over and over again. And he's absolutely right. That's what is important in this world, is that these people that are out there don't understand they're powerful. The warrior inside of them is meant to grow, to go to battle with life, to be with challenges, to live in the uncomfortable, to go through the valleys and continue to pop themselves up on the top of it and realize they learned from it. They got better from it. And there is no losses, only lessons. So I love what he's saying there. It's very important to understand that in this world, being a man doesn't mean that you're the strongest. You're going to go beat up everybody. That's not what it means. It means you take care of the 4 or 5 things. That means nobody can ever take away your foundation, because before anything else, you're a man. You got your shit straight. Before anything else happens, you know you're good. Everybody else around you is just going to reap the benefit of what you've done.
150%, man. It's so crazy to me how right Igor is about the world, and so many men just dependent on this person or that person or someone in between to help them pay a bill or help them get this done or help them do that. It is just unfathomable to me. And that is why I believe society is where it is. We have a lot of weak men rolling around that are afraid to stand up and say the truth, are afraid to be the bad guy, are afraid to be dangerous, are afraid to wield that sword because, oh no, if I cut this umbilical cord and I actually got to go out there on the battlefield by myself, what am I going to do? And if the old enemy starts shooting flaming arrows at me, I can't crawl back into mommy's womb and be careful and safe and not potentially get pierced through. Ooh. I mean, we got 40-year-old virgins still fucking living at home with mommy and dad. Like, that movie was made for a reason. It's fucking real life happening right now. It wasn't happening back when the movie was made. That shit's happening like crazy now. Motherfuckers just still living in the basement, fucking could care less, playing Fortnite. I'm doing this. Oh, I got 72,000 skins on Fortnite, but I haven't seen a poo nanny in the last fucking 24 years. Like, what are we even talking about right now, dude? It is unfathomable to me. Just the amount or the lack rather of drive and determination and dedication. That's why it's so easy. That's why it's so easy to find success, to just be a 1% or to just be a little bit different. And man, I love what you're talking about. Oh, you got to depend on people. Everyone has their own agenda. Everyone has their own motives, man. And I've seen it over and over and over and over again in my life. And I've been burnt so many fucking times, and I'm finally around a group of human beings that I know aren't going to burn me, and we're in a real good spot, and our success depends on each other's success. So why the fuck would I try and depend on other people and try and bring other people into the fold that I know aren't going to care about it as much? And let me target the right people. Let's bring in the right people that I know they don't have any hidden agendas. They just want to help people grow. They just want to speak the truth. They're not afraid to be the bad guy. They want to do the right thing in this world and help other people grow. That's who I'm trying to surround myself with. I don't need the people who got their own agenda. And all this all-encompassing, from what Igor said, Swirl Me, this is just the way of the super soldier. This is the way of the super soldier. And if you can embrace this and apply these mindsets and everything we talk about, you're living the way of the sword. You're just going to be able to, I say it for a reason, slay and fillet right through every obstacle, opportunity, loss, trial, tribulation. It doesn't matter. It's not even going to be that, because you're going to, oh, that's a chance to triumph. Oh, here we go. Brand new opportunity to flourish. Oh, here we go. There's an opportunity, baby. Oh, I'm getting kind of used to this. I like this fucking sword. Oh, yeah, you felt that, didn't you, motherfucker? You start kind of liking having the old sword. You start kind of liking being a warrior. And then you realize, wow, society doesn't want me to be a warrior. I think this is exactly what I should be. Who's to say? Who's to know? But my friends, Oh, man, got me a full page of notes off of that segment alone. Hot diggity damn. There are your 4 clips of your second segment of the day. Shout out to Igor Kufayev for The Way of the Sword, Commonalities of the Successful, Jim Rohn with a little advice to save your life, and that guy, B. Shakur 215 for a little never switch, flip, or lose the grip. My friends, we are 25 minutes after the top of the hour. And it is time to keep this proverbial showboat surfing through the waves of wisdom as we get into your third and final segment of the day, where we connect with you, the live viewer, baby. So if you got something burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul, and you just got to get it out, whether it's perspective, knowledge, insights, a question about something we discussed today, or a question about something happening in your life, maybe an obstacle you'd like some knowledge on how to turn it into an opportunity, baby. Whatever it might be, get those fingers a-going and drop it over there in the live chat. And after this brief transition, we'll pop up on the screen just a little bit and we'll start slamming those comments out. Nah, man. Because, my friends, it's officially time for your third and final segment of the day. Get ready for a little Answers from the Anvil. Little piece of knowledge for y'all. I actually found out that 8 years ago yesterday, that song that is the transition, Stratonites by Chill Figure OG, was actually released for the first time 8 years ago yesterday. And we're still banging that song. So shout out to Chill Figure OG. Who's to say, who's to know? But my friends, here we are on Answers from the Anvil, and we are ready to connect with you. We're ready to dive deep into that chat and see what's been going on there all morning long. I've been seeing it popping, so I know there's some perspective out there. So without further ado, DEEZYY, shift us up, my guy. Who we got out there this morning? There she is. The queen's in the building. Roll out the red carpet. Grammy P, great morning, family. You started your day the right way here at FNF. Let's crush this day with kindness. Blessings to all. Blessings right back to you, GP. Appreciate your kind words. Always starting the day here with us. Crypto Savage, GM, hump day. Let's get it. I hope you amazing humming beings have a blessed day. Right back at your way, Mr. Crypto Savage. We appreciate the hell out of you, buddy guy. Appreciate you being live in the chat. G. Lou, rain and snow in Arkansas. Welcome to the wintry mix of the Midwest, Mr. and Mrs. G. Lou. Some of the best stuff around on the planet. Little wintry mix. Shout out to you, amazing humming beings. Jason Wigman, the one and only G-Gen Moons. GM Super Soldiers. GM to you, Sir Super Soldier. Great to see you live in the chat, as always. Angel SD, Mr. Pecuero. Great morning, FNF crew. Great morning right back to you, you chicken sucker. Great to see you in the chat, as always, Mr. Pecuero. Mrs. Metal, one half of the Metal Crazies, with her usual morning perspective. Great morning from the Metals. Eating frogs already this morning, but today's reminder: don't let anyone, not even yourself, talk you out of chasing your dreams, and always share your smile wherever you go. Very much so. Shout out to you, Mrs. Metal. Appreciate the reminder, as per usual. Chris Swirl One in the chat this morning. Great morning, everyone. Have a spectacular hump day. Right back at you, Mr. Oswald Hump Day. Appreciate you, buddy guy. Hope you're having a spectacular start to it over there on the specific side of things. Bella Rossi, the beautiful Mama Snow, a.k.a. Linda Snow, a.k.a. Mrs. Snow, whatever you know her as. She says, great morning, everyone. Have a fantastic day. Great morning, Mama Snow. We love to see you in the chat. Hope you have a fantastic day yourself. Brian Live Dog Livingston, GM Diamond Handers, GM to you, Live Dog. Appreciate you sharing out some of the content, the additional content that we didn't put out on timeline. I saw you doing that yesterday, so I appreciate the hell out of you for doing that, good sir. Everyone be like Live Dog. Live Doggy Dog is the man, the myth, the legend. Who's to say, who's to know? You the guy. Angel SD from the South. I'm from the South. I'll say it like that. JK.
I agree.
Hey, okay, look, buddy. Mexico ain't the South, all right, chicken sucker. It might be south of where we're at right now, but it ain't the fucking shit kicking South, all right? It ain't no doggone. Well, you might have some 10-gallon hats down there and a few horses and ponies. But that ain't the doggone South. You can't say you're South from where we're from here, but you're not from the South of America. Well, you're from South America, but not from the South of the United States of America. Shout out, Angel. Love you, big dog. Appreciate the jab. Brittany Panko, the one and only GM, let nothing hold you back. You are everything you've been waiting for. The fearlessness, fierce, force, and fuel. It's all within you. Ooh, damn straight. Appreciate the reminder, Miss Simply Soapology. Who else we got out there, D's? Rocking the free world. Our girl Dixie over there on X. Good morning, Diamond Hand fam, DHMG fam. Great morning, Miss Dixie. Great to see you as always. Hope you're having a solid start to the day. Who else we got, D's? A little perspective from G-Lou. Control your timeline. Don't let others dictate your path. Straight facts, good sir. Appreciate that reminder. Write that down in your notebook. Kim Jones, Mama Bear, powerful. I know what it's like to be broke, so why be afraid of it? Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out Mama Bear. Love you. Thanks for the thoughts. Albright's Fur Farm. Oh, Slugbug. Shout out to Slugbug. We appreciate you. Powerful words today. We appreciate the hell out of you. Thanks for your thoughts. Thanks for your kind words. We just doing our job one moment at a time. Albright's Fur Farm. Great show, guys. Just grateful. Appreciate you, Mr. Albright. Thanks for being a part of everything we do. We're grateful for you, man. Wouldn't be the same without you. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out to all you beautiful humming beings, man. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for helping that third and final segment of the day continue to flow, baby. As a reminder, you can always send emails to the show to the email askfnf@thedhmgroup.io if you want to be a little more lengthy or wordy in some questions and talk about something that you're going through right now, maybe an obstacle. We'll bring it to the show and we'll tell you how to turn it into an opportunity. If you could use that, I mean, people pay doggone therapists like $500 an hour for that shit, and we're just doing it for free 99. All you got to do is type out the question and we got you. Who's to say, who's to know? However, that's all of this morning show. That's all the perspective, insights, and knowledge we got coming your way, but we got a few reminders and some things to wrap up with, baby. So let's begin all of that by checking back in with the man, the myth, the legend, DJ Swirl One. Any final thoughts, comments, reminders, perspectives, questions, anything in between for episode 667?
Oh, man, I got to tell you, it was a fire, flame, heat show today. I had a great time. Hope it started your hump day the right way. Get you over that Wednesday hump into that Thursday, Friday weekend mood. There's going to be a great show tonight. I'll let Cap go over that here in a little bit. However, every one of you guys, thank you for sharing the show. Make sure you keep putting that out there. Put the vibes on the timeline. Also, shout out to all of you who are putting out grandpas. I saw that last 2 days. It's pretty awesome to see as well. Make sure if you see a grandpa post, you like and repost that as well. That would be outstanding, and we would appreciate it if you would. I want to thank DZ for keeping the show lively with all of the great sound effects that he's got going on back there. Cap, I appreciate you as well. Let's have a kick-ass day, my friend.
Damn straight. Shout out Swirl One. Appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for all the vibes, knowledge, insights, perspective all morning long. Appreciate the hell out of you, dude. Have a fantastic trip back to the HQ. We'll catch you on the flip side. As for all you beautiful humming beings out there still tuned in, locked in, live in prime time, a couple of reminders for you. We got Decoding the Divide tonight. We're going to be diving into the next layer of world population control. And as always, it's going to get hot and heavy around there. So make sure you set yourself a reminder. Once you see it, it'll be posted a little later on, early afternoon, somewhere in that ballpark on Rumble and X exclusively. So keep your eyes peeled and ears open for that. As always, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific for about a 2-hour show or so. Also, tomorrow, going to have our bi-weekly networking meeting in the Gateway. So this would be a hell of a day to start your journey. If you've been thinking about getting in the Gateway, becoming a full-time member of the Diamond Hand fam, you can start your 7-day free trial today and experience all the benefits, all the perks, all the impacts of being a member of the Diamond Hand fam. Slide on through. And if you're wondering where you got to slide to, well, you can find the link to the Gateway in this episode's description, along with our website, our merch store, the GAC Pro Shop, and many other things in relation to Diamond Hand Media Group and GACC. So slide on down there and check it out. And while you're laughing looking at those links, maybe you could hit a subscribe button. Maybe turn on a notification bell. Maybe hit a like button as well if you enjoyed this show. Maybe don't be a hoe and share the show. Let somebody know who you think could use these vibes. Maybe leave a comment that would make us feel real good inside. Maybe you can make your own clip and put it out on your timeline. If some trigger was tripped, just tag us and we'll put it out on our timeline too. If you see another clip we make, maybe repost it. What I'm trying to tell you right now, in all honesty, is just to take a brief moment and smash the shit out of whatever button you currently see on your screen, because it only helps us grow and flow and make this show and all the shows that fall under the Diamond Hand Media Group umbrella bigger and better for each and every one of you. Last but certainly not least, my friends, before we officially kick you on out into the world for the day to go turn some of your obstacles into opportunities, we must remind you of 3 simple things. Number 1, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse.
What?
Number 2, even a dead fish can go with the flow.
What?
And number 3, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, I ask you keep in mind at DHMG, we don't only we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Ow! To each and every one of you flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis, we appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. Thanks for starting your day the right way here at Forge and Fuel and investing your most valuable assets, your time and your attention. We'll continue to pay back those investments to you, give you a little high-quality ROI by showing up every single day on the consistent, persistent pursuit of our passions and being right by your side while you pursue yours. We can't thank you enough for being the difference, creating the change, being the super soldiers, the 1%ers, setting the precedent that we want to see not only on YouTube, on Rumble, on X, but in this entire wide world. Thank you for being the ones. Thank you to you OGs for being the Diamond Hand fam. We'll catch you guys on the flip side tonight, Decoding the Divide, once again, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you at another show before then, maybe a live chat, maybe a comment section, maybe a group chat, maybe a Discord, a VC, or hell, even the Gateway, baby. Wherever we find you, you know what the vibes will be. But until then, we officially bid thee adieu, and we say unto you, peace and love.